so much for giving me this opportunity again for delivering the Japa talk and glorify the holy name. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, like in this world, the topic of today's Japa talk is the nectar of the holy name. In this world, everything as we read in the scriptures, everything is temporary, nothing is permanent. But on the contrary, the nature of the soul is to get permanent things. We want a permanent house, a permanent car, a permanent bank balance. So similarly, we want a permanent body also to reside. We do not want to give up this body because the nature of the soul is to get everything permanent. So to get that permanent thing, we need to have an amritam. So the nectar, the amritam that we want is the nectar of the holy name. So I was listening to Amrendra Prabhu. I'll just repeating his words. So there's a very beautiful verse in Shastras which describes where the nectar can be found. So 5 places has been described in the Shastras. The verse goes like this: Abdho vidhau vadu mukhe faninam nivase swarge sudhavasti vidadha vadanti. That the people say that the 5 places where the nectar can be found. First is Abdho, the ocean. Why in the ocean? Because in the Samudra Manthan, Lord in the form of Mohini took the nectar pot. So nectar can be found in the ocean. The second is Vidhau, the moon. Why? Because the people who are residing in the moon, they drink somaras. Third, Vadhumukhe, in the face of a pretty girl that is in this material world. We think that on the face of a pretty girl, nectar has been found. Fourth is Faninam Nivase. Faninam Nivase means where the snakes are residing. Why the nectar can be found where the snakes are residing? Because in the past time where we listen in the scriptures, when Bhima was poisoned by Duryodhana and he was thrown into a river, and he was then given a nectar pot by the snakes residing in the water. So where the snakes are residing, they can give the nectar. The fifth place is Swarge. Why Swarga, the heavenly planets? Because we think that they have long life in the Swarga. Sudhavasti, Vidudha Vadanti. It is the people that they say that a nectar can be found in those 5 places. But these all 5 places have drawbacks also. What are the drawbacks? The next part of the verse is Sharam Shayam Patimritam Garalam Patantam. These are the 5 drawbacks. Sharam. Sharam means the ocean. First was the ocean where the nectar can be found. So the sharam is why the water is salty in the ocean if the nectar can be found in the ocean. Second, Shayam. It was Vidhau. Vidhau means the moon where the people are having somras. The contrary, the drawback for it is Shayam, which means why then there is a waxing and waning of the moon. Why is there Purnima and Amavasya if the nectar can be found in the moon? The third was Vadhumukhe, on the face of a pretty girl. The drawback is Patimritam, which means if the nectar can be found on the face of a pretty girl, why her husband dies eventually if the nectar can be found there? Fourth is Faninam Nivase, where the snakes are residing. So the drawback for this is if the nectar can be found where the snakes are residing, then why they, Garalam means why they have poison in their throat. Fifth, Swarge, heavenly planets. If the nectar can be found in the heavenly planets, then the drawback for that is Shine Punya Loke, Mrityu Loke Vishanti, which means that when the Punya, the good deeds of a person are finished, again that Jivatma will be thrown back into this mortal world. So these 5 places where the nectar can be said that can be found, all they have drawbacks, and the real nectar is not there. So the next last line of the verse says Sudhavasti Jai Bhagavata Janana. So the real nectar has been found in the throat of the devotees who are chanting the holy name. So holy name is the best amritam we can have. The nature of the soul is to get everything permanent, so that this amritam can give us the permanent solution, a permanent place to reside. Even in Mukund Mala Stotra, verse 37, this King Kulshikra is also saying, Idam Shariram Parinama Peshalam Patati Avashyam Shatasandhi Jarjaram Kim aushadhim prechasi mood durmate niramayam Krishna rasayanam piba. Idam shariram parinam peshlam. This body is meant to fleet. This is a fleeting body. Already it is onto a decline level. So day by day this body is fleeting, and this will come to death one day. So kim aushadim prichasi murdurmate. So what kind of solution you are you foolish you are looking for? We are looking for various medications, various doctors. We are dependent on various doctors that they will increase the duration of our life. But what is the best solution? Niramayam Krishna Rasayanam Priba. What is the best rasayan which can give us the Amritam, Krishna's elixir? The names, the holy name of Krishna elixir can give us the real nectar. And so the nature of the soul is to get permanent things. So as individual jivatmas, as individual souls, we also can get this permanent solution by chanting the holy name, and we can be immortalized in this world and in the next. As Srila Prabhupada used to say, for a devotee, a death is like closing his eyes in this world and opening his eyes in the spiritual world. So we can be immortalized by tasting the nectar of the holy name. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.